Starting us off with a faux pas by a French minister during the Chinese president's visit to the Élysée Palace.
That's right. Now, this is Nicole Bric, pictured here in Le Figaro as she leaves the Élysée Palace on Wednesday evening after a state dinner in honour of Xi Jinping. Now, apparently she was not at all impressed, Claire, with the food that was served up at that dinner. It was stuffed foie gras, roast chicken londe, mushroom tart, etc., etc. In any case, cameras picked up on what she was saying to the French Prime Minister Jean-Marc Ayrault and his wife on the front steps of the Élysée Palace. Let's roll these pictures because you can see here that she is in discussion with the Prime Minister and his wife. That's Nicole Bric. There is subtitling at the bottom there. I'm not sure how visible that is. She's saying it was disgusting. For the Élysée, it was not ... It was disgusting. I have to say it was disgusting. There you go. That's great PR, isn't it? That's wonderful. Wonderful PR. The French art de la table being completely dismissed in one flick of the hand.
She had to hold herself back from sending it back to the kitchen.
That's right.
I think,
she has very, very high standards indeed.
Now, you're going to revel in this misery of this PR misery, James. A government communications guru who made another communications error related to Xi Jinping.
It was a bad week. Well, I think we're also zoning in on the bad stuff, which is maybe not entirely fair. But in any case, this is Philippe Guibert. Now, he is the head of communications at Matignon, or the Prime Minister's residence. So a communications chief in some senses for the government. In any case, on his Facebook page, now it was a private Facebook page, as he pointed out, there was this image. If we scroll down, now that is the cover of a film from 1971. It was a satirical movie called Les Chinois à Paris, and it was all about, let's roll some of the images, it's all about a takeover of France by the Chinese army, and it sort of pokes fun. They set up their headquarters at Galeries Lafayette, the shopping mecca, which already was probably... Can we see some of the pictures of the movie? Because what you see is they're coming in by train. It's all a lot of communist sort of regalia, the red flag and all of that. Alcohol and sex are banned by this army occupation. And it's altogether a little bit embarrassing. And he was probably just, being glib on his Facebook page in what he thought was a kind of a closed community of contacts and friends. But I suppose at that level, this sort of thing gets...
Spin doctors are supposed to do no wrong.
That's it. You said it, Claire. And in any case, the Élysée took it very seriously indeed. That's the presidential residence, and some communications people there said they couldn't believe that he had made such a mistake. So in any case, it was quickly erased, but not before
a
the
lot
media.
of sorries there.
That's right.
James, we're going to move on to photoshopped pictures of an Italian minister in the German press.
Now, this was she's a member of the new government, Matteo Renzi's new government, half composed of female ministers. She is Maria Elena Boschi. Now, there's an image that's been doing the rounds of social media, and in particular German media as well. I'll just scroll down and show you the image in question. There is the image of her signing an official document with her underwear on show. Now, the thing is, Claire, that's not a real image. It was photoshopped. This is the real image. So what's extraordinary is that it has been picked up by so many European media, including Bild. Now, Bild obviously is very much a tabloid in Germany, so their standards wouldn't be the highest. And they had already identified at this point that it was a fake. But you see, it sort of played into, I think, a certain view of what a female minister is in Germany. Perhaps an image created by Silvio Berlusconi, who chose certain female ministers, you would say perhaps not on the basis of the strength of their CV, right? In any case, a lot of discussion as to, how that photo got so shared, why it got so shared. Initially because people thought it was real, but also because maybe it plays into certain
potentially
negative images.
Very damaging. And I remember the suit on the day. It struck me, beautiful blue suit.
That's right. Well...
Now, James, finally, the newspaper of choice for the Muppets.
That's right. You might have seen this already today, Claire. In any case, the Irish Times is a newspaper of choice for Muppets, and this is in the trailer for their new movie, the name of which I will come up with pretty quickly, Frog Behind Bars. In any case, it's a whistle-stop tour of Berlin, Madrid, London, Dublin. And so there he is, a Fozzie Bear bearing the front page of the newspaper, and the Irish Times publicity department seemed to have been pretty pleased with that, and I think even the editor-in-chief responded to it, and you can see there the sort of stories that were on the front page of this fictional edition of the New York Times. Europe's most wanted frog, leprechaun missing since he got, and we can't read the rest of it, so we'll have to
It's known as
imagine.
the paper of record, so I don't know how they'd feel about that.
I think they were sort of amused. The editor-in-chief in any way responded, in the appropriate way, I think. Although certainly, it wouldn't necessarily be what you would expect a Muppet to read.
And I don't know how their publicity department would feel about this if I admit that my first job in journalism was with the Irish
well,
Times.
there you go. There you go.
James
And it was a more serious edition than the one featuring in the Muppets, I'm sure.
Probably, I would expect. James Creedon, thank you very
Thanks,
much
sir.
for that roundup of Media Watch here on France 24. Quick break now, but stay with us. Coming up, more news and headlines, including the UN's Ban Ki-moon says Vladimir Putin has no intention of further military moves into Ukraine. His comments come as the Russian president phones the US President Barack Obama to discuss the current crisis over recent Russian military aggressions and its annexation of Crimea. Stay with us. More on that.